All right, everyone, so welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another day here, another video. I wanted to make this video because I felt it was something I absolutely had to address. I just heard about it about a couple months ago, and I've been meaning to make this video. I figured for today we'll do something a little bit different, and that is if you are someone who sells online, eBay, Poshmark, Etsy, maybe Mercari, all these different platforms, online selling platforms, there's going to be an absolute huge change happening for 2022. Now, mind you, some states have already changed their structure here, but it seems like it's a very national thing in terms of the majority of the national, or majority of the country, I should say, has not done this. And that is changing the requirements and the threshold that the IRS, the government, is going to send you a tax form. All right, so one thing that's really going to be a huge difference in 2022 is no longer are you going to have that $20,000 threshold that the IRS will then send you a tax form that you will have to report to the government. And the reason why I'm making this video is because I feel like a lot of people out there treat eBay or Poshmark or whatever it might be as a hobby, and if they're not doing the right thing by reporting their income tax, now you're going to be stuck with a tax form from the government, and you're going to have absolutely no clue what to do with it. All right, you know, one thing that was really scary for me when I decided to turn a hobby into a business was the whole thing with how am I going to do taxes. Now, taxes are such a broad term. All right, you know, you have property tax, you have school tax, you have gas tax, you have sales tax. Some places you have a county tax, a township tax, a city tax, real estate tax. Tax is just like a word that's just like government or whatever is just going to take money from you for whatever reason, whether it be for your property, you know, to pay for something, for the road, whatever it might be. You're going to have to pay an additional fee to whatever. So for this situation, there's going to be a 1099 form sent to you. Now, if you're new to eBay, you're new to online selling, you probably have never received this if you never reached that $20,000 threshold. And realistically, I would assume probably a lot of people haven't done the right thing and paid their income tax on anything they sell online because, well, they never got sent anything, and maybe they probably didn't even know that you had to pay income tax when you sell something for a profit. So the big thing here is a lot of states have already done this in previous years, and they've changed that threshold from $20,000 to $600. Now in 2022, everyone's going to have to fill out this 1099 form. The IRS will send you it if you are an online seller. The big kicker here is, and this is where like a lot of things get kind of sketchy. If you do a little bit of research, you will definitely see this is happening, but you don't pay taxes if you're not making a profit. All right. If you're new to this, you're new to income tax for someone who does online selling is going to be different than somebody who works a 9-to-5 job. A lot of YouTubers and resellers talk about this one topic and talk about taxes. Oh, it's tax time. When you sell online, you don't get taxed for every single item that you sell. You know, let's say you sell something for $100. The government doesn't come in, and when you sell it for $100, they're not like, oh, you made a profit of X amount, we're going to take away our $10 or $20. No, they just send you whatever, your $100, and that's it. Then one time of the year, you are sent this form that says, hey, look, you owe us taxes on that $100 that you made 7-8 months ago. And if you sell a lot of items, essentially, that number is going to be a lot more than $100. And if you're doing this full time, you've been getting this tax form, and that number is over $20,000. So you pay taxes on that number over $20,000. The big kicker here is you don't pay money on you don't pay money. Let me say this again. You don't pay money if you're not making a profit. You don't pay taxes on a loss. You know, if you're losing money, you're not paying taxes. You only pay taxes on your profit. So the big thing is you got to keep track of everything. And this is the big issue where I see a lot of YouTubers really don't address this topic. And that's because a lot of YouTubers don't want to go down the path of the difference between ethical, non-ethical, gray areas, you know, what you can deduct, what you can't deduct. A lot of YouTubers don't want to be responsible for that. a lot of YouTubers also will charge you a membership fee or mentorship or a guide or try to sell you some sort of service so you can get that information. I would say stay away from all that. There is plenty of free information on the internet. Like I said, still a very, very gray area because a lot of YouTubers don't want to be held accountable for that. And at the end of the day, I'm not an accountant, but I can tell you what I've done, and I've been doing all right so far. So you won't see that information from any sort of YouTuber. The best experience or the best education, I would say, is from experience. This is not a paid video, but I use TurboTax. It's very, very simple. The first year of doing my taxes, it probably took me, to fill out the TurboTax thing doesn't take that much. It's all about adding up your receipts. So adding up all my receipts, figuring out all my deductions, all that probably took me 8 to 10 hours my first year. And mind you, I sold hundreds upon hundreds of items. So I had to go back and add up all the fees, all the shipping charges, all the different deductibles that I can deduct essentially from my profit and from that number to come up with my final profit. Like I said a couple times, you're not paying money on that number also. So if they send you something and it says you owe us taxes on $22,000, you are not paying taxes on $22,000. You have to show your deductions, which you can do through a program like TurboTax. So that number, $22,000, is just the amount of money that you have received from eBay or Etsy or wherever it might be. It does not include a lot of other expenses, essentially. Now, eBay, Etsy, all these different companies are constantly changing how they're paying you. So maybe that number does include eBay fees already taken out. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it includes the shipping charges if you paid through their program, so they never really sent you that money if you've already shipped out the item. You have to look back and see if it's deducted or not from that total number. But, those are just some of the deductions you can use, is your fees, your shipping charges. Then you go on to things that aren't calculated online, such as cost of a box, cost of shipping tape, cost of, anything from the vehicle maintenance that you use because you used your vehicle for 100% of your business. Maybe you used it for 80% of your business. So how much did you use in gas? Maybe you have, payments on your vehicle, but you're using it for, a certain business. So you can deduct a certain percentage. You can go even down the line, and a lot of YouTubers won't address this, but if you go to a business meeting talking about eBay, if there's an eBay meetup, and you pay for a hotel fee, and you pay for this, and you pay for that, well, that's a deduction. That goes around your business. So there's a lot different, avenues you can deduct from that number. But the big thing here is 2022, you're going to have to file taxes on whatever you sold online. And, you're going to have to make sure that, you have all your deductions in place. Now, I don't believe they're going to send you a form in 2022. They're going to send you a form in 2023 for 2022. All right. That form for 2022 that is sent in 2023 is going to require you that you pay taxes on 2022. All right. So that's all your sales. Even though you're getting it the following year, it's for your sales in 2022. So you're really going to want to keep all your records for the next year and probably forever from here on out if you've not been filing taxes. If you haven't been filing taxes, well, I don't know what to say, but now you're really going to have to file taxes, and there's really not going to be any sort of discrepancy there. The other thing is also, like I said a couple times, a lot of YouTubers are not going to address these topics. I know there are people out there who are on disability and on different things, and they're getting money from the government and they can't work. If you're selling online, you're selling as a business, I don't know how this is going to affect your other payments. You could get in big trouble. You can face a fine. You might be able, you might lose out on, your additional income. Like I said, a lot of content creators are not going to address these things. It is up for you to figure it out. I understand a lot of people go different routes in life and do different things and whatever it might be. But this is going to be an income, so the government might see it as you running a business. So it might affect certain things. So you're going to have to really look out and see what you're doing. Keep tracks of all your records because it's a very serious matter. And yeah, that's going to be that. To my best knowledge, this whole topic is going to be federal. in terms of if you live in a state where you have no state income tax, you might not pay state income tax, but you're still going to have to pay a federal percentage of income tax on whatever you make. So, you know, I don't live in a state that doesn't have state income tax. I live in a state that you have to, you know, when you do your income, you pay state income tax. But I assume you're still going to have to pay whatever is 15, 20, 25%, whatever tax bracket you fall into, you'll still have to pay that amount to the IRS. So I did want to make this video. I know I'm not like an accountant or anything, but I figured it was probably important to address this because, you know, it's something that if you aren't prepared for this, and no one addressed it, I'm telling you right now, eBay, Etsy, you can look online, like no one sent you guys any sort of form or anything that this is happening, because they're going to lose a lot of business now that people are going to be having to pay taxes, and they're going to try to probably evade it in some sort of way and sell it somewhere else for cash or whatever it might be. So they're not going to want to send this out and tell people because they're going to lose business. So I figured I will address it and I will mention it. I believe it is the Rescue Act or the American Rescue Act or something like that. So yeah, it was signed in a couple months ago. Felt like it probably needed a video. No one's really even talked about it, but I know it's a huge topic, and one of the reasons why a lot of people are kind of scared to jump from a hobby to a full-time business on eBay and Etsy. But you know, now it's official, so you can sell your 20,000, sell your 30,000. Don't close up shop in November when you've kind of reached that threshold. If you haven't been paying taxes, because now you're definitely going to have to pay taxes, and that's just, you know, that's just how it is. Keeping it real. Yeah. Catch you guys next time. Hopefully you guys enjoy this video. Hopefully it's informative. Hope you guys enjoy the week. It's not that bad. Just gotta pay taxes. Alright. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Hit the like button. Subscribe. Peace.